You sure? Okay. 3, 2, and 1. It's New Movie Friday. Mike Schultz, arts editor for the River Cities Reader, joins me now for a look at new movies opening this weekend.
That sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's do it.
I think it's a great weekend for it. It's going to be a little cold, so, people heading out probably before the holiday weekend. I think it's a great idea.
Outstanding. Let's go to the movies.
All right. So this week, first up is, it's appropriate, The Menu.
The Menu coming the week, I didn't even think of that. Week before Thanksgiving, that is appropriate. Yes, it's called The Menu. This is a comedy thriller that's coming out. It's by Mark Mylod, who is a terrific writer-director for the HBO series Succession. If you've ever seen that, it's wonderful. This is set on a remote island where people pay $1,250 to experience the meal of a lifetime, basically a 12-course meal by this superstar chef played by Ralph Fiennes. On this particular weekend, one of the guests is Anya Taylor-Joy, who is the lead in The Queen's Gambit. She is there with her boyfriend and a whole bunch of very elite, rich guests who basically are the most pretentious people in the world. And so the movie is about this head chef kind of inviting all of these super pretentious people to his place to kind of get revenge for crimes unknown. And so it goes from one course to another, and all the courses have a theme, and the theme is basically going to be getting revenge on the people who've come to dine with us. Could be a lot of fun. It's got a great cast beyond Ralph Fiennes and Anya Taylor-Joy. We have Nicholas Hoult, who is a star of a great comedy series called The Great. And we have Janet McTeer and John Leguizamo and Judith Light, a whole bunch of great people, and it looks just nasty and funny and could be a really nice change of pace from the blockbuster season that we're going to be entering with Christmas with Black Panther and Avatar and everything else. This could be kind of a cool little change of pace, I think. It looks pretty creepy.
Is it? Yeah, I was trying to figure out what kind of movie. Like thriller, horror?
It's kind of thriller, kind of horror, kind of comedy, kind of social commentary, a little bit of everything, much like the perfect Thanksgiving meal.
And that's why it's called The Menu.
The Menu.
A little bit of everything.
Indeed.
Right. I like it.
Yeah.
So this next one is called She Said.
She Said, indeed, yes. This one's pretty obviously a drama. This is based on the New York Times investigation that led to the arrest of Harvey Weinstein, who was the head of Miramax and who was tried and convicted in February of 2020 for really horrible sexual misconduct for many decades over at his studio, Miramax. And so this is all about two investigative journalists, played by Carey Mulligan and Zoe Kazan, who are trying to break open this story. But the problem is that all of the women who were involved in the case had to sign non-disclosure agreements, and so none of them are able to talk about their experiences. So it's kind of an investigative procedural about how you get information from people who literally can't give information without getting sued. And so they have to kind of go around it, and they have to talk to the lawyers who sign non-disclosure forms and that kind of stuff. Fascinating story. It was in the news for years and years. As somebody who works for a newspaper myself, I'm very eager to see this, of course, to see, investigative journalist movies are right in my wheelhouse anyway. All the President's Men and Spotlight. And this has a terrific cast as well, along with the two leading ladies I mentioned. We have Catherine Ale right there, and we also have Ashley Judd playing herself in this because she was someone who was a target of Harvey Weinstein. We have Andre Braugher, we have Patricia Clarkson. So many good people. And again, something for the grown-ups. Well, all the kids are off at Black Panther right now. So,
Speaking of which, how was it?
I wasn't crazy about it.
Wow.
Sorry. Yeah.
I was hoping.
We'll talk later.
Yeah, we'll talk later. I thought there might be a home run out of the park. It looked good.
I was hoping, absolutely. No, you'll have to read my article to find out why.
There you go. Yeah. Of course. So again, The Menu and She Said, they are out today. Of course, you can read Mike's movie reviews inside the latest reader on stands everywhere and online at rcreader.com. I would cry.
I would curl up in a ball.
We good to go for another one? I don't know how you guys are doing it.
Bones, Glass, and that one. Okay. Devotion.
Yeah, this one is Bones and All, Glass, Onion, and Devotion.
No, that's incorrect. There is no Fabelmans.
There is no Fabelmans?
No, it's not opening.
Wait, what?
Sorry. Here, can you open up?
Is this supposed to be?
That one's correct.
So this is supposed to be bones and all.
You can let them know.
Say again?
You're open. Your mic is open, so you can let them know.
You can talk to them.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Hi, the Fablemans is not opening. I sent Tristan a note a couple days ago letting him know. I don't know who does it for the news segment these days, but we changed that, and we're not doing Pinocchio either.
Yeah, there's what we're supposed to have is Bones and All, Glass Onion, and Devotion. We do? We have these three?
Is it in the prompter? Is it in the prompter?
It doesn't really have to be in the proper because I have this, but...
Alright, we don't have a full screen for Bones and All.
But we have a VO for it.
Yes.
All right, what about Glass Onion and Devotion? We're good on those? I guess we're good to go.
Cool.
Just never got to change the prompter.
Gotcha.
That's why we double check before we go.
This is why we do these things, yes.
All right, you want to scroll up in prompter? Ready to go? Are you guys good?
Yep.
Sweet. All right, and 3, 2, and 1. It's New Movie Friday. Mike Schultz, arts editor for the River Cities Reader, joins me now for a look at new movies opening this weekend.
Indeed. Let's do it.
Got a little bit of a busy weekend here.
It's going to be, and a variety. There's a mixed bag going on this weekend. Yeah, it's going to be strange.
So first up is Bones and All.
Bones and All, okay. I got on Wikipedia just to find out some names and things, but I wanted to share how they describe this. This is called a coming-of-age cannibal road trip romance. Because you can't get enough of those. This casts Timothy Chalamet and Taylor Russell as a pair of young cannibals on the run in the 1980s. They kind of have to travel the country, as you can imagine, because every once in a while somebody gets eaten. And so while they are on the road together traveling the country, they are also hiding from a head devious cannibal played by Oscar winner Mark Rylance, who is out to get them. Apparently there is a law amongst cannibals that you don't eat other cannibals. But this older gentleman does not follow that law at all, and he's looking for a meal in Chalamet and Russell. It sounds weird as all get out. It's based actually on a really well-regarded novel from about 7 years ago. It's directed by an Italian director named Luca Guadagnini, who's made some beautiful, beautiful movies, one called Suspiria and one called Call Me By Your Name, and A Bigger Splash. I like his work a lot. Timothy Chalamet's generally terrific. Taylor Russell's a great young actor. Mark Rylance is one of my favorites. It could be just strange enough to be really cool, or a complete mess. You know, we'll have to see.
I can't tell if you're excited or not.
I'm fascinated. I'm more than excited.
You're more fascinated.
Exactly. I'm like, I want to see how they pull this off. How do you pull off a road trip cannibal coming-of-age drama comedy? I don't know. Could be fun.
Bet you every dollar I got, I am not going to see this.
Oh, you're not going. No, there's no way you're going. Of course. That's why I go for you. So
this is why, and I always like the reviews and previews of it because, you know, you're expert at it, and it's always enjoying just to see the reaction.
Yeah.
On your face.
Well, let's see how this one goes. I'm curious.
So this next one's interesting. It is Glass Onion.
Glass Onion. Oh, I can't wait for this. Yes.
Okay.
And hopefully a lot of people can't, because it is the sequel to Knives Out, which was a tremendous mystery comedy that came out in 2019. It is set with the main character is Benoit Blanc, played by Daniel Craig, who of course just ended his tenure as James Bond. And this is another kind of all-star murder mystery. This one's set with a kind of a tech billionaire along the lines of Elon Musk, who invites a whole bunch of his friends, or frenemies, I should say, over to his house for a weekend where we're going to play a game of try to guess who killed me. It's kind of like one of those murder mystery games. But then an actual dead body does show up, and Benoit Blanc happily is on the scene, and so he gets to try to solve this whodunit. In addition to Mr. Craig, we have Edward Norton as the billionaire mogul. We have Janelle Monáe in the movie. We have Leslie Odom Jr. and Catherine Hahn and Kate Hudson and Dave Bautista. Right? I know, it's crazy. That's an all-star assemblage right there. And so it's going to be, and apparently there's at least 2 or 3 different mysteries going on at once. I can't wait because Knives Out was one of the most fun movies I've seen in years, and if the sequel is half as good, it's going to be worth it.
This actually looked really interesting.
It should be fun.
And for some reason, a part of me it reminds me of Bodies.
Okay, yeah.
Just because, like, you know, they all went to a party, right, and then a dead body showed up.
Absolutely, it's kind of the same thing, indeed.
That's interesting. All right,
I can't wait. Yeah,
and now we have this is kind of rare, a third movie.
Believe it or not, yes, because it's Thanksgiving, and that's what we do. We
Why not?
throw a whole bunch of movies
Yes.
at us. Yeah, this one's called Devotion. This is
All right.
a true life story set during the Korean War. And this is about the very first African-American U.S. Navy wingman and his partner, and they go on a number of missions. The reason these two are famous is because the African-American naval pilot crashed his plane into a mountain, didn't die, but crashed his plane into a mountain, and his partner actually crashed his plane intentionally to try to get his partner to safety, and wound up winning the Medal of Honor for it. So it's really a very dramatic, true story. The cast is terrific. Jonathan Majors, who was the star of an HBO series called Lovecraft Country, that was out a couple years ago, is great. Glenn Powell, did you see the Top Gun sequel? Did you go?
I've watched enough of it.
Okay, excellent. So yes, and Glenn Powell, who plays Hangman, who's kind of like
Yeah.
the Val Kilmer-esque character in the Top Gun sequel, plays his partner. And so yeah, it looks like it's got some pretty fantastic aerial footage. If you liked the Top Gun movies, this one might be right up your alley. So that's a bit of a variety this weekend.
Military movies are probably they're my favorite. Movies.
I know they're up there for you.
So
for sure.
this was going to be one of the movies I will.
You'll actually go?
I will actually go.
Outstanding.
And I'm really excited because it reminds me of the Tuskegee Airmen
Sure.
movie.
Yeah.
That's what kind of reminded me of, and that was phenomenal.
Absolutely.
I'm
I've seen that one
excited.
myself. Yeah,
I'm
right.
really
It's gonna be a
excited
good
for
time,
this.
man.
Yeah.
For sure.
So you can read Mike's movie reviews inside the latest reader on stands everywhere and online at rcreader.com.